Hi guys, what's going on? Welcome back to a new video. Today I'll be talking to you about Stellar Lumen, what's been happening with the price, what can you expect to happen next, and what are the latest news, guys. If you don't want to miss any of that important information, make sure you like this video, you comment your thought down below, and you subscribe to the channel. On a little side note, guys, make sure you check us out at ptgr.ag. It's the first link in the description, and book a free consultation call. It helps me out and it greatly helps the channel out. Guys, let's jump straight into the video and talk about what's been happening with Stellar. It's up 1.48% in the last 24 hours. And we are in for a ride, guys. Stellar, if you're looking at a 3-month valuation, has been pretty much hovering around its resistance level like we talked about in pretty much the last month on the 10-cent zone and quickly went below that. But we've been hovering around the 10-cent zone. And roughly, if we're looking at the current day, we've had very ups, we've had higher highs and lower lows, allowing us to go all the way to the 10 cents back, as we are hovering very close to the resistance level of the lower 10 cents, approaching the 0.99. So guys, what's been happening with Stellar Lumen? What are the news, guys? That's what you've came for. Let's start with the first news, and I want to talk to you about Stellar being a great partnership with Circle. This will be big. USDC on multiple blockchains. I think this will be huge, guys, for XLM, because Circle has huge involvement in many other projects, and the fact that it's partnered with Stellar shows that Stellar has a lot to offer in the future, guys. And Stellar has a great partnership with Circle, but also with others like we've talked about. They will allow them to bring mass adoption to the coin, and is a very bullish sign for Stellar. Another news that I want to talk to you about is this one. The Stellar USDC is on ramp, just keep coming. Stellar just got even better. Stellar USDC can now be purchased directly on the platform using your debit credit card with MoonPay. You can purchase with many currencies, including the US dollar, the British pound, the Australian dollar, the Canadian dollar. You can even use Brazilian, Japanese, Swiss francs. And the fact that this is possible shows that Stellar, like we've talked about, will be for B2C, right? And this is the direct application you're seeing. Direct application allowing its customer to directly buy it with MoonPay and directly purchase through many currencies. What does that mean? This will bring adoption, and it will bring traffic to the coin, because it will allow people to directly be able to buy their crypto with their credit card. And that reduces the hurdles that allows you to actually be holding the coin Stellar, and it will bring adoption to the coin. So very, very bullish momentum. Another one is this one. MoneyGram's network will be integrated with the Stellar blockchain to settle the USDC transaction, and United Texas Bank will act as a settlement bank between Circle and MoneyGram. Now this is very good, guys, because it's bringing in the two partnership that XLM has been building over the time with Circle and MoneyGram, and allowing to actual benefit from its maximum potential. And the fact that it's allowing its USD to settle its USDC transaction through the United Texas Bank that will act as a settlement bank shows that it's actually implementing what it's been promising to its community, and it's showing response, but it's also showing utility. Why is this good, guys? Bitcoin, Ethereum are a lot of talking, right? A lot of talking, a lot of flipping, people holding the coin just for financial purposes, but it doesn't hold much utility. Bitcoin is very inefficient, guys. It pollutes a lot. It's not very quick at being able to work with banks. And the fact is, XLM is able to offer that. Now, a lot of people will tell me, Bitcoin, XLM will never be able to reach Bitcoin's highs and etc. and its valuation. While that very much be true, I'd rather have my money invested in something that has utility backed up behind than something that it's just a store of value, just like gold, right? So I believe, guys, that this is very big because it's showing its utility being brought directly to life. Another one is, I've always wanted to pay friends with XLM, but they mostly prefer US dollars. With the app, I can now pay his friend in XLM while he receives US dollar. The power of Stellar and USDC by CirclePay. This is very good, guys. Why? Because you are seeing review directly from people using it at first hand. It's showing that one, the service it's offering with CirclePay is indeed working. The second one, it's showing that it's actually being compliant with its promises, and it's showing that people are actually using the utility factor behind this whole project. Not only will this reduce the hurdles, it will also bring traffic to XLM directly through its partnership with CirclePay. Another one that's worth talking about is this. Ukrainian CBDC in development with Stellar has the potential to be massive, particularly with the current geopolitical context to both US and EU. Now, why is this big, guys? Ukraine is in a current war situation with Russia. Now, I'm not here to talk about politics, but the fact that it's installing the CBDC development with the Stellar will bring mass adoption. Why? Because in time of crisis, people go with the best solution offer. Take, for example, Elon Musk, when he offered the satellite to have internet access. It has brought great publicity for it's brought great publicity for Elon Musk, but as well it brought utility. Now, if it's actually in development with Stellar, the CBDC, and if it will help a moment of crisis, it will be remembered as something that had great upside for for Stellar Lumen, and hence will bring traffic through its recognition of being able to help a country in a time of crisis. Now, I think this is very good momentum for XLM because it's showing its first utility at first hand, which is helping others. And the fact that this will be put in place later, sooner or later, is the fact that it's showing that it's very much listening against to its community and its needs. Now, one other news that it's worth talking about is US and UK to collaborate on crypto regulation, known as the FCA. They will be mainly focusing on exploring the central bank digital currencies, CBDCs, and stablecoin. This is very good because we've always talked about regulation and the fact that when people start accepting coins, cryptocurrencies, and the fact its utility with regulations, we will be able to see adoption from institutional investors. What is meant by that is institutional investors have to be compliant, whether it's with banks or companies. Now, if you're looking at, for example, BlackRock, if it wants to buy Stellar, it has to be very careful because it has to report, because that company is public, so it has to report to the SEC, it has to actually do a filing, and etc., etc. So what's important to take as a conclusion from this is once regulation gets slowly accepted for these crypto and for XLM, XRP, and others, is the fact that you are seeing movement and finally acceptance. Now, US and UK is willing to collaborate on this, and this is overall very positive sentiment for XLM. Another news that's worth talking about is this one. Now, it's about the coin that shows about all the utility. Now, if you're looking at Stellar, Stellar is a cross-border DeFi payment system. We all know that it's B2B. It's also P2P, and it's remittance for any currencies. And these are, for me, the big projects that have utility. Now, we've talked about XDC on this channel. We've talked about Quant on the channel, but we're also now talking about the fact that Stellar is all interconnected. Now, why am I showing you this? We all know what Stellar is used for. What I want to show you this is because, guys, many people see that, okay, XRP is better than XLM, XDC is better than Stellar Lumen. There's not one project which is better or worse than the other because they all work at tackling huge issues that we're currently facing in our societies, but they're all different at tackling these issues, which means that the key here is not about which one's better at investing in, is diversification. The best way you can do this is if you believe that Stellar is very good and XDC, make sure you've got your eggs diversified in both. Make sure you don't over-invest in Ripple and later on realize that Ripple has very little momentum due to the fact that it's stuck in an SEC filing, and realize that Stellar is taking off and you missed the boat. So my advice is diversify your portfolio. Another news that's worth mentioning is this one, XLM. We've talked about this, but all the utility, guys. You've got layer 1. Decentralized cross payments, retail friendly. You've got the nonprofit, the open source, the founder and also co-founder of Ripple, MoneyGram, the IBM Hyperledger, the platform for the ICOs, the Starbridge Stellar to other blockchains. All of this shows one thing. Utility, guys. I won't stop mentioning it, ladies and gentlemen. Utility is the key to acceptance, and it's also the key to growth. Now, if you're able to say, this is so it's very useful, invest in Bitcoin, but once you realize that there's not much behind it in terms of utility, it's very difficult to justify a valuation. Now, this is why I'm saying, guys, XLM, if you're looking at the current valuation, is drastically undervalued with comparison to the utility it's able to offer. Now, I very much see this as a financial standpoint. I believe that XLM is very much can be compared to a company that's very much undervalued at its current standpoint, because when you're looking at the balance sheet, which in my opinion is the services that XLM is offering, you are drastically undervaluing XLM at its current standpoint. Another news that's worth noting is Croatian retail giant sees the rise in crypto payments despite the bear market. It's talking about Croatian seeing this rise and talking about XRP and Stellar Lumen. This is good because it's seeing mass acceptance from other countries. You're seeing the Croatian actually being invested into this, and it's good because you're seeing different communities being involved in the project. Finally, I want to talk to you about this news, which is PaySend partners with Varsovia FX to provide payments to Poland. Again, guys, utility being proven in real life situation. RealWire allowing the payment partners to directly work with Poland is showing mass utility. It's also showing acceptance. It's also showing the fact that people are getting to use the project. It's not just you're not investing your money into crap. So another thing that I want to talk to you about is the final news of today is with every day that passes and more ETH and BTC failures begin to rear their ugly heads, it makes me feel more content and safe in owning utility-driven coins like XRP, XLM, XDC, and others. Now, I want to end on this, guys, because it's a very much good point of conclusion. Now, I believe that what will drive the future is utility behind blockchain project. I believe that what will help drive acceptance towards this project is when governments and regulation loosen up and realize, okay, this is very much needed and this is helpful to society. When you're looking at XLM and its application that it has in terms of remittance application for the country, that it can help people to actually work overseas, it's a beneficial factor both for a country but as well for a government. So it's only a matter of time before regulation loosen up on these utility coins. Now guys, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you like this video, you comment your thought down below, and most importantly guys, subscribe to the channel. I'll make sure to catch you in the next one. See you next time. Bye.